Good afternoon, everyone. So today, I'm hoping is the last day we're on Beta 7 software. I have good feeling and good sources that are indicating that we may actually be getting a new holiday release, maybe even today. Fingers are crossed. If it's not today, it's going to be tomorrow, more than likely. So this is something new. It actually stopped at the stop line where it says keep clear and didn't stop up ahead. That's actually pretty awesome. So we're actually going to be taking a full drive all the way from here in East Sacramento all the way to Davis, California to the university. And maybe I'll even record all the way back. So I overtook there. That was my mistake. It was actually trying to make a right-hand turn there. I didn't even notice it. I'll let it just do it here. So that's actually really interesting. So it's always been attempting to make left-hand and right-hand turns just out of the blue there. And I'm not entirely sure why, and it didn't do it there this time for some reason. That was very different. You know, there's been some people that are speculating that Tesla's been making over-the-air flag adjustments to our vehicles to make it drive a little bit different while we're in the beta. I'm not entirely sure, but this acted differently. Now, it could be the time of day, the lighting. I'm not entirely sure because I don't have communication with engineers telling me what they're doing in my vehicle. I'm pretty much just driving it, and they are adjusting and tweaking it as we go through the process. Now, that message about the USB device malfunction came back. I'm not entirely sure why, but I'm just ignoring it. This is actually going to be a very challenging on-ramp because it's, I don't even know what the angle is. It kind of switches back. So we'll see how it handles it because it's very tight. I've never actually done that with the beta yet. Not sure why that trunk was honking, but hello to you too. We're driving a Tesla FSDBETA car. Now, I would have stopped for that yellow because, we were going so slow. But anyway, so here's the turn I'm talking about. It's pretty sharp and it switches back. So I'm curious to see how it's going to do this. It should be taking the turn pretty wide to get around this curb. The pathing does indicate that it's going pretty wide, so let's just see how this goes. If it's going to get on the on-ramp or if it's going to attempt to go down to the side street. So this is a very good test. So it didn't work. Yeah, had a feeling because I saw that pathing go the wrong way, so yeah, that wasn't good. That needs an improvement. I had a feeling because that turn was actually really sharp. I was not sure how I was going to handle it at all there. So we're going to actually deviate here. Okay, so I found my very first traffic light signal issue. So right here the light is red, but it said creeping forward to visibility and the car started to proceed past the stop line. So this was my very first encounter with traffic signal detection not working appropriately. So I did report that and intervene. But you can see there's a lot of stuff happening here. There's a lot of things jumping around. notice the line is actually yellow. This is the same direction. The lines are actually white. So there is still definitely an issue with the color of the lane lines. Either the map data is wrong or the vision just doesn't, it can't see it clearly for some reason with the contrast. So let's see how it handles this police car. It didn't handle it. Okay, that wouldn't have been good. So that was the collision warning, and it wasn't overtaking that car. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it keeps detecting this as yellow? Anyway, good test. Oh. That turn was a little on the rough side. It kind of braked suddenly right as it started to turn, so I kind of lunged forward. Now, destination is on the left, but as you can see, it's still flickering yellow again, so I'm just going to force it to do a lane change to see if it'll stay left here. Yeah, now it's white, but it's flickering yellow again up here. I really hope it doesn't try to turn to the right here. These are definitely the right color, so this is yellow on the left and right, but it should not be showing yellow above, so I'm holding close here. I don't want it to do anything sudden. Okay, so it's staying, so that's great. We got to our destination, so we'll continue in just a few minutes. Now we're heading back to Davis. So this is so interesting. Because of the pandemic, our restaurants were basically said to only allow outside dining. So all the roads that were blocked off in this whole area to allow restaurants to operate. But now with everything being closed completely, everything shut down. It's only takeout. So it's pretty wild to see how Sacramento's changing. So I don't know if you can notice this. The line's jumping around quite a bit. It's detecting yellow line here. I have a feeling it's going to swerve a bit. Now it didn't swerve, but it's definitely detecting the wrong line color. You can see what's happening with the sun glaring. The line keeps switching from yellow to white, which is causing the lane pathing to keep me always in a right-hand lane when I'm driving around town. I'm really hoping to see some major improvements here with the FSDBETA in the next version that's coming out. Supposedly, we're going to have quite a number of changes that are pretty significant from my understanding and the sources that I'm getting information from. Acheson Wine Company, they're pretty awesome. So they do refillable wine. So basically you buy your wine and they give it to you in this really amazing refillable bottle. And it saves costs and packaging and just the environmental impact on the earth, which I just love. So you basically take your used wine bottle back and they sanitize it and refill it for you or give you another bottle, kind of like a swap out thing. It's awesome. I love them. And then they also carry our sanitizer too, which is really awesome. I love supporting local business, and so do they. So shout out to Acheson Wine Company for sure. Great. Now I think it's a dual left-hand lane here. I don't think we have to actually move fully over here. Don't really remember. Perfect. It stopped. So I'm not entirely sure what the logic is for the yellow light detection or not, because just, you know, maybe even, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes ago, it went through that yellow light and the light turned red as we were near the other end of the intersection. This one, it turned yellow and it stopped, which is awesome. So I'm not sure what the variant is there. There's probably some kind of rule that says if you're within a certain amount of distance, then stop. I'm not sure. But it definitely looks like appear to be functioning that way. Now I'm tapping the accelerator because it didn't center in the lane correctly. There was a car next to us and it started to go wide, and then it started slowing down significantly, so I had to intervene for that. So the code hasn't... Okay, there it goes. Okay, we made it to Davis. We're actually turning into the UC Davis campus. I'm curious how it's going to handle this. So it's the stopped at traffic control, use accelerator or gear stop to continue. It's a no right turn on red. You can see the indicator up there. I guess maybe it'll allow us to go when it turns green. We'll see. Okay, it worked. So the light turned green and it proceeded like it was supposed to. So I think it may have actually detected that right hand no turn light. That's the first time I've seen that kind of action before. So it did have a little bit of centering issue right there. You saw it was kind of like hunting a little bit. Now, oh, it detected it. Whoa, it detected it. Little fast. Honestly, I wouldn't have driven that fast over these speed bumps. Here's another one that's very hard to see. It's not detecting them. It's just driving straight over them. I would have slowed down. I mean, I'm in a performance model, so you can really feel this. Now, I personally would not have driven this way. I would have driven out to LaRue, which is the main road here, and then driven down. I would not have driven back behind all these buildings. This is kind of a strange pathing decision. Because it's taking us to like the back side of the building, which is kind of weird. Oh well. We'll see. I've never been here before, so I just would have gone on this main street. Whoa. Okay, it was turning into the parking lot, and it was attempting to take us to the front of the building. So let's just see what it does here. Oh, it looks like there's charging stations. Another Tesla. Cool. So this is the Student Health and Wellness Center. It took us actually right to the front. Pretty awesome. A few little bumps, but it worked great.